Here at Green Room Surf Reviews, our goal is to help you have the most fun in every session.
Sometimes that means reviewing awesome gear, but today we are here with the first 5 items that every beginner should have. Stick around.
Maybe try something other than stick around.
That's my catchphrase.
Stay tuned. All right, today you are stuck with the 2 cool dads who are here on dad duty. Daniel is out on the island of Maui, living his best life, drinking Mai Tais and going to luau's. I would say, for the most part, surfing is probably one of the more difficult sports to learn, simply because you don't have a ton of repetition. And if you're interested in starting, you have an uphill battle, but it's probably one of the most fun sports and hobbies that is out there. Here's item number 1, growth mindset.
It's going to sound corny, but every session, every fall, basically every setback, see it as a learn. And not only are you going to progress a lot faster, but you're going to have a ton more fun. If you fall and you hate yourself every time you do that, you're not going to enjoy surfing at all because you fall more times than you don't. So yeah, you definitely want to embrace your mistakes and learn from them.
In the beginning, you're essentially just working on like popping up, going down the line, paddling, getting out past the break.
I think we would both recommend go as often as you can in any condition. And you are going to progress regardless if the waves are great or not. I would say this goes to any level of surfer. I think, as you progress further, sometimes people forget this and often they get frustrated faster. But if you really do embrace the growth mindset, I think you learn something from every session.
Here's item number 2, a surfboard.
Yeah, not just any board, because there are a ton of options out there. You want a foamy, trust us. I mean, if you've been to Costco, you've seen them there. Probably seen them on Craigslist, probably seen them at your local surf shop. This is the best thing to learn on. It comes with fins, comes with a leash. It's a complete package, all in one. And the best part is even after you progress past a foam board, you can still continue to use it, whether it's a super small day or if we're giving lessons to a friend or even if we're letting somebody borrow it. That thing gets regular use.
Another good thing about having a foam surfboard is that if you fall on it or hit it, it is soft. So you have a far less chance of getting concussed or getting a cut or whatever.
You want as many waves as possible during the first few years of learning. And on a foam board, you catch just about anything that you want. So this is a great place to start. Item number 3.
A wetsuit. Chances are you probably live in an area where you need a wetsuit. Yeah, pretty much anywhere in California, most of the year, you'll want some form of rubber.
Between the 3 of us, we lived all throughout San Diego as well as LA. So trust us when we say you want to match the thickness of your wetsuit with these water temperatures here. Thicker is not always better. You might think go 4.3 or go 5.4 or 6.5. I'm just going to be super warm. But the trade-off with the warmth is that you feel like a seal or like the Michelin Man, and it's very tough to move around.
Yeah, paddling.
Paddling's tough, or even getting up to your feet can be difficult. So
yeah.
And pro tip here, the chest zips are a lot more comfortable and flexible than a back zip. The back zips are going to be a little bit cheaper, but if you can swing it, the chest zip is worth the extra money.
Yeah, there's also less back seepage, getting cold water down your back from a back zip wetsuit.
It's like a slow drip down your spine, or even just the zipper itself is not very flexible. It's a little easier to get in and out of, but I think that's a fair trade-off.
All right. Item number 4.
Etiquette and education. This is super important. So we're going to start with etiquette. Etiquette means basically understanding and respecting the local guidelines that govern your surf break. Yeah, so even like who has the right of way on a wave, like where do you sit when there's a set, or how to respect the locals that are in the lineup. And I know each of us has horror stories of salty locals screaming at a poor beginner who just didn't know what they did wrong. So you definitely want to learn the rules that govern a surf break, and also understand, your local break and how that operates.
Yeah, so the education part, this includes general knowledge of your local break, like where to paddle out, how to come in, where the rip currents are, where the rocks are in low tide, all of that. Don't skip that. That's actually really important. Not understanding etiquette or the basics of your local surf break can negatively impact your session. And it can actually turn you off to the sport entirely if you have a real dinger of a session.
Item number 5.
There are so many surfers out there. Join the club, have some fun, and embrace the community around you.
Surfing is a very unique sport in so many ways, where you are surfing basically against yourself, unless you're in a competition. You're out there on your own, catching your own waves. And I think I speak for Steve and myself when I say that it is so much more fun when you're out there with some buddies, because they can help you progress faster. They can be a lifeline in case an accident happens. And even if you're unmotivated for a dawn patrol, they'll be there to help you get up and get to the beach. And it's okay if you don't. Like, find a coworker, join an online community, lurk on Reddit. It's absolutely more fun when it's shared with somebody else. All right, that's it for today. This has been the first 5 items that every beginner needs before you start surfing. This has also been our first video in a new series to help beginners have the most fun and learn the fastest.
Have a topic that you want us to cover, like how to buy a surfboard or where to go for wetsuits, or think that we missed something? Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you out in the water.